Back to follow-up segment tonight. The Los Angeles Police Department says it will reopen its investigation into the controversy that led to the firing of former Los Angeles police officer Christopher Dorner. Dorner has murdered 3 people in revenge for that firing he says was racially motivated. Dorner accused his training officer of kicking a suspect, but the LAPD found that was not true and fired Dorner. A judge upheld the firing. So now the question is, did Dorner achieve a propaganda victory by having the case reopened? LA Police Chief Charlie Beck.
I hear the ghosts of the past of the Los Angeles Police Department. I hear that people think that maybe there is something to what he says, and I want to put that to rest. And the only way I know how to put that to rest is to review what has already been reviewed at multiple levels. But it has never been reviewed by me.
And joining us now from Washington, Mary Catherine Ham and Juan Williams, both Fox News analysts. And you say, Juan?
I think this is a smart move by the chief. I think on 2 levels, 2 quick points, Bill. One is, I think that if he can lure Dorner in by making Dorner think there's some way that his name might be cleared or he can get justice, if he can get him, it's a tremendous hostage negotiation tactic, and I understand it. Point number 2, in terms of the black community in L.A., you remember the O.J. Simpson case. And the O.J. Simpson case, I think that verdict, nobody thinks O.J. was innocent. That was a verdict against the Los Angeles Police Department and their history of racism, police brutality. And here's the chief saying, hey, look, I know about that. That's what he's talking about when he says ghost of the past. And he's saying, don't make this guy an anti-hero. He's no martyr to any racial cause. He's a terrorist. He's a killer, and we're going to get him.
All right. And Mary Catherine, you say?
Yeah, I think it's a little dangerous to do this. I think, unfortunately, it adds credence to the quarters, some places on Facebook, on the left, of activists who are thinking, look, this guy's some sort of folk hero who's bringing light to a subject. Well, no, he's allegedly murdered in cold blood 3 people, and we have to keep that in mind. And I do think this sort of sets up a narrative where you're rewarding bad behavior, and if there's not a belief that you can actually communicate this with him and have some kind of negotiation, I'm not sure that that's a smart situation to be in.
Do you think, Juan, that reopening investigation, that was pretty thorough? I mean, I read through it today. And a judge, an independent judge, I just want to tell the folks, look, when some police departments investigate their own, forget it. They whitewash it. I've seen that throughout my career, all right? Some police departments are good at it. New York City, they're tough. You get out of line in New York City, you pay a price. Other police departments in the surrounding metropolitan area, I'm not going to name them, forget it. All right, they rally around their people, and they're going to protect their guys. And the unions have a lot to do with that. But here, Juan, we have a police chief who I think is an honest guy. He's trying his hardest, showing a little bit of weakness. Instead of saying, look, we did this the right way. We had a judge independently look at it on appeal. There's no corroborating evidence that the officer kicked anybody. There's no physical evidence on the victim at all, none, that he was kicked. All right? So, sorry, what we did was the right thing. This guy's a murderer. He's insane. We're going to punish him, and that's that.
Well, but you've got to remember 2 things, as I said to you. One is the public relations. There's this
you really believe
issue
that people who hate the police, that they would justify murdering 3 innocent people, this guy?
People already
are. You really believe, Juan, that they're going to say, oh, yeah, now I trust the LAPD?
Look, wait a minute.
Come on.
Am I
cop
talking
haters
to Bill
are cop
O'Reilly?
haters.
Am I talking to Bill O'Reilly or Bill O'Reilly? Look, you know rap music. They glorify gangster rapper killers of all kinds, killing children, women. I mean, come on. So the idea that they would say the cops are corrupt and they're brutal, of course I think that. And I think you know that that's a reality.
Yeah, they're not going to
Hispanic
change their minds
community
by any investigation. Unless the investigation would say, oh, yeah, Dorner got hosed and we were wrong, which is never going to happen.
They might think it's racially justified, and it's not. By the way, you should know the victim in this case that allegedly got kicked was a white guy. So I mean, it's out of the question. It's somehow racial. Right. But Dorner is trying to justify it in that way, and the chief is undercutting.
I don't know if the police are sending the right message. Mary Catherine, go.
Yeah, look, I think that there are already people justifying his behavior and being sympathetic to him based on his manifesto, which makes
they're the haters. They're going to hate the cops no matter what.
But I think Yeah, but I agree with you. Leading them down that road and I think giving them something to believe that they're in the right, I think is a bad idea. And I'm not here either to bash the LAPD or hold them faultless, because certainly in this pursuit, already 2 civilians have been injured by the police while trying to catch this guy.
Yeah, but that's
they're
just part
certainly
of
not faultless.
You know, and that's not the LAPD's fault.
No, but actually, yeah, that can be the LAPD's fault. But
no,
my point is that we are not here to hold the LAPD completely faultless or say that they don't make mistakes in these investigations. Often,
I'm holding the LAPD completely faultless, Mary Catherine. That's what I'm doing right now. You know why? Because there's no evidence to the contrary.
Right. On this investigation, that's fine. Have that point of view. I'm just saying in general, as police forces go, it's not my place to say they're completely faultless.
Makes mistakes. Okay.
Right.
And this
that's
one,
the point
I understand why the chief is doing it. But we don't want to justify
his behavior by saying that.
I understand why the chief is doing it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to condemn the chief for doing it. I think it sends a message of weakness, and I don't think it's going to change anybody's mind. I don't.
Oh, why not put out the report but not reopen an investigation?
Whatever.
So that people can see what happened.
Well,
yeah, okay.
Hey, O'Reilly, you're Kojak, man. I mean, you understand that he is making a sucker out of Dorner. Ultimately, if Dorner's caught, this could be a good tactic.
Maybe. We'll see. All right, Mary Catherine Wan, thank you.